During the two ceremonies today, we are recognizing 128 accomplished students. 128 students is a record number of members to the National Technical Honor Society at DACC. It shows the high standards that you have taken in your classrooms, in your schools, and within your community. The students here today are supported by community members committed to their educational success. This includes DACC board members who are represented today by Holly Hansen, who represents the ESC of Central Ohio, school administrators, teachers, school counselors, and support staff, along with all educators from our partner schools that have supported you throughout your educational career. We thank these individuals and ask that you give yourself a pat on the back for all you have done and continue to do to support these amazing students. Parents and guardians, we truly appreciate your willingness to trust us, DACC, with your young adults as we guide them through their educational career. The care and support you have given to these students in this room has set them up for terrific success as adults. Can we please give a round of applause to everyone who has supported our students on their educational journey. I would like to now just share a few words. The tenets of the National Technical Honor Society are service, leadership, honesty, career development, and skilled workmanship. You are sitting here today and we are celebrating you because you embody these traits. You are a leader in our school, in our community. And I want you to think about that as you are sitting here and as you go out into our building. That you embody those traits of of the Technical Honor Society and of our mission. You embody the traits of empowering, preparing, inspiring, and connecting. That's why you are sitting here today. Sometimes when we talk about leaders, it's easy to picture people who make their voices heard, people who give speeches or who lead large movements. More often than not, though, leadership lives in the everyday small things that you do for those around you. I know that the administrators here and the teachers in the room have often heard me say this quote, and it's one of my favorite quotes, and it's by Mother Teresa, and it says that I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many rivers. I just want you to think about that for a minute and just think, have you ever skipped a rock across water? Think about that for a moment. Think about a clear, flat pond laid out before you. And you alone cast a small stone across the water that travels across it, creating ripples that spread across the surface. You alone have that ability to do that. You alone have ability to make a difference. At DACC, it is our vision for you to be empowered, prepared, inspired, and connected. What does that mean for you as a member of the National Technical Honor Society as a leader? As I was writing this speech, I was thinking about what these 4 words mean at this moment. And here is what I would like for you to remember about these words: empower, prepare, inspire, and connect. Empower yourself and those around you to be the best version of yourselves. As a leader, you will strive to grow and improve. But to truly lead, you will need to help others to do the same. Prepare yourself for success. Not just now, not just right after graduation, but make this a constant part of your journey through life. Inspire others. You alone can cast that stone to make ripples, but you cannot accomplish everything you want to do in life alone. Inspire those around you to recognize your visions and your ideas. Make connections in your learning with people and with others. Find those people you aspire to be and learn from them. Empower, prepare, inspire, and connect. These are the secrets to success. Start by making your ripples in the water. Thank you and congratulations for being inducted to the National Technical Honor Society.
Thank you, Mr. Peretta. The National Technical Honor Society is a nationally recognized selective organization dedicated to the promotion and recognition of student excellence in the areas of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. The Delaware Area Career Center National Technical Honor Society is committed to upholding these standards. The goal of the society is to see that deserving career technical students are recognized and that people of the community become more aware of career technical education pathways to a successful future. The selection of today's candidates is a result of these beliefs and standards. Our members will now lead us through the next part of the ceremony. Could I have Success Otaji please come forward?
The purpose of the National Technical Honor Society is to promote the ideals of honesty, service, leadership, and skill development among the future workforce, to award this collective achievement in occupational career technical education, to assist the member in their careers in education, to help build and maintain a stronger, more positive image for career technical students from the schools and the local community throughout the nation, to encourage the practice of high standards of personal and professional conduct and individual responsibility among the membership, to help the members feel ownership and maintain stronger working partnerships with local institutions and businesses, industries, and economies. We'll add BT Jeffafuru, Bryce Kriegemeyer, Chrissy Bell, and Allison Workman. Please come forward. The colors of the National Technical Honor Society are white, silver, and blue. The emblem is a shield crossed by a scroll bearing the letters NTHS. Above the shield shall be the head of an American bald eagle with a beat of 7 stars circling the shield. In the center of the table is a lighted candle representing knowledge. Knowledge is familiarity, awareness, or understanding gained through experience or study. This candle represents the knowledge you have gained through experience and study in your career technical. The other 7 candles represent the 7 attributes of skill, honesty, service, responsibility, scholarship, citizenship, and leadership.
The first member attribute is skill. Skill is the use of knowledge to develop great ability and expertise necessary to make a positive difference in a particular occupational field. Ryan Milford, Ava Eads, Sydney Scott, please come forward. The second member attribute is honesty. Honesty is the quality of being truthful, trustworthy, and fair with everyone here, or at work or play. The third member attribute is service. Service is giving assistance and being ready and able to provide a helpful and useful act.
The fourth member attribute is responsibility. Responsibility involves the ability to act without guidance or superior authority and being answerable for your actions. Seth Jacobs, Joy Hernandez, and Jordan Sullivan, please come forward.
The fifth member attribute is scholarship.
Scholarship is the distinctive mark of one who has mastered an area of learning, as reflected in the quality of his or her work, especially with respect to scope, thoroughness, and care.
The sixth-member attribute is citizenship. Citizenship is being entitled with full civil rights and exercising the duties, rights, and privileges of this status.
The seventh member attribute is leadership. Leadership is the responsibility of serving as a guiding force and directing the way by going first with courage and confidence. Students, we hope you recognize these 7 attributes in yourselves and value these qualities, which make you eligible for membership in the National Technical Honor Society. Gabriella Paswan, please come forward.
Lisa Pugh has been a successful entrepreneur who did his best and currently owns 2 locations of the food and bakery coffee shop in Manhattan and a burger joint called Induction in North Market along Upper Induction. Lisa was born in Omaha, Nebraska. As the oldest daughter of a 15-year-old mother, she attended the University of Nebraska to major in engineering, later graduated with a master's in information systems. She opened and eventually sold a home health agency, which was her first experience with small business ownership. On the personal side, Lisa is married to her wife, who is also co-owner of the company, and they have a 10-year-old daughter, who is a competitive surfer. Lisa loves to travel to more places and continues to own her own boat, spend her days fishing and enjoying the water. She's an avid reader and believes in always learning beyond life. Lisa is highly respected for her community service and has been a leader, community service, and small business ownership. Lisa was invited by Congresswoman Joyce Betty as her virtual guest at the last month's presidential State of the Union address. Lisa does so much for the Central Ohio community, and we are honored to have her today.
First of all, while I appreciate you clapping for me, I want you all to give yourself a round of applause. I think this is amazing. My name is Lisa Pugh. I am a small business owner, and I'm pretty informal speaker, so bear with me. I was raised in Omaha, Nebraska. My mother had me at the age of 15, she had my sister at the age of 16, so I kind of grew up in an environment that you would expect, combined with poverty and a single mom, and I didn't get a lot of guidance on how to be an honest person, how to live with integrity, what skills do you have. So I happened to be one of those kids that was really resilient. I was a very gifted student in elementary and junior high. By the time I got to high school, I kind of lost all of that. And probably one of the bigger regrets of my life that I went through high school and never really had a counselor or anyone to guide me on to the next level. And so I sat out a year. Back then, it wasn't called a discovery year. I just didn't go to college. And I remember waking up after being out with some friends, hanging out at some of the house, and I looked around the room and I thought, I don't think this is what I want to do. And I remember eating dinner once with a friend of mine's mother in 7th grade. She's an attorney at Union Pacific Railroad. And I said, how do you get a house like this? And she said, you have to go to college. And I've never had anyone say that. That's an option for you. And so I remember tying those 2 experiences together, waking up in this apartment with a bunch of other people who been out partying the night before. And then someone saying, you do have another option, you go to college. And so I packed up my car. I remember that car, I used to have to hold the hatchback open with a stick. I would open one, it had one car door, the handle was missing. I packed it up and I drove down to Nebraska. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I took general studies classes. They had a counselor. It was the only, Nebraska had 50,000 students. 3% were people of color. That included Black people, Asian, Native American. There was one counselor there, her name was Ruby Higgins, older Black lady. She sat me down and she said, what are you going to do? Because you can't get a degree in general studies. And I said, I don't know. I'm just kind of here. And she said, what would you like to do? And no one had ever asked me, what are your skills? What brings you happiness? And I said, I worked at a group home. It was developmentally delayed kids. The summer I went to college. I like that. I like doing that. And she said, you're going to go into nursing college. And I sat there for a minute and said, okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I applied to the nursing college and got rejected because I only took classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I only took classes that started at 10 a.m. And I retook some classes. Once I finished crying in materials, I picked myself up, retook some classes, reapplied to the nursing college, and my life has not been the same. I was in an area of nursing called informatics, which was computers and nursing. And I was recruited to the University of Memphis. I worked in the public health department for 3 years. And then I was recruited here to the Med Center, OSU East, to take them from an electronic medical record, a paper chart to an electronic medical record. And in the evenings, I would moonlight, or I worked a part-time job doing home care. So I would go into senior citizens' homes and I would help them get their medications together. And I miss nursing, but I wasn't a bedside nurse. I was more administrative. But I loved this. And so I got with a couple of folks and we started our own home care agency. But I quickly learned you don't go into business with everyone. So it didn't take long for me to buy those folks out of the business, and we ended up selling the business. And once we were done selling the business, I was trying to figure out what else I was going to do with my life. And my wife is gluten-free. And are any of you familiar with gluten-free? You heard of it? I'm sure you've heard of it at this point. I'm trying to make gluten-free like cool and sexy, so it is a food allergy though. She struggled with where we could go eat, what she could eat, and so she would privately bake for people, and we decided to turn it into a business. And so we did the research, realized there were only 2 other gluten-free bakeries in town, and we jumped in and opened our own bakery down on the south side of Columbus, which is one of the areas of Columbus that is probably up and coming. And so we're down not far from Parsons Avenue. We actually just bought a building at the corner of Parsons and Whittier. And we decided to make gluten-free for everyone. Folks that come in that can't eat gluten, they could come in with their family and they would all enjoy it as well. We've since opened a second location in Dublin, Ohio, in Bridge Park. Then I set out on a different journey with gluten-free. I wanted to change the perception of food allergies in the restaurant community. And so I really worked to mainstream food allergies into the restaurant industry. And so we are part owner of a burger joint called Preston's Burger down in the North Market. But it has a very robust gluten-free component to it as well. So I have these business ventures, and then I took on some more things in the community. Right at the height of COVID, what a lot of people didn't know is that the restaurants closed and people literally didn't have access to food and income. And so I got with a couple of folks. We made about 10,000 meals in 8 weeks. We gave away about $75,000 in cash grants to folks for gas, groceries, health bills they needed to, for their medication. And from that, I, along with the other folks in my nonprofit called Service, are opening a cafe on the 16th floor of the county courthouse building downtown. It's called Cafe Overlook. It is an economic development and workforce development cafe. And essentially, we hire folks, second chance folks, people getting out of prison or who've been in jail, folks who've been on welfare. We're going to pay them a living wage. They'll all have health insurance. And this is why I do what I do in the community. I think that we can all win. It's no different than me starting out as an entrepreneur. I did not go to business school. I went to nursing school. And it was the best business decision that I ever made because it taught me empathy and it taught me how to care for people. And I think you can care for people and like making money. The two can go together. It's actually called conscious capitalism. And that is why I'm here today, because I see value in this honor that you are receiving today. I see value in your commitment to integrity, your commitment to honesty and citizenship. These things will carry you forward in life. It's all about the opportunities you take and the opportunities that are presented to you. I could have taken a different path. My father took a different path. We are exactly alike and completely different. And so take what you are getting from today. It feels good, right? You've made an accomplishment. You've done something that not even I've done. When I saw people in National Honor Society, I always thought they probably got a 4.0 or a 5.0, and I could never do that. But I could have. And so you're being supported in a way that is going to help you grow as a person, help you grow in your career, and then you will go forth and spread that out into the community. I am more than honored to be here today. I don't think I ever thought I'd be speaking at any type of commencement ceremony. I also did not think that I would spend 20 seconds on the phone with the President of the United States. So keep that in mind when you're moving forward. We're all proud of you, and most importantly, you should be proud of yourselves. Thank you.
At this time, please give one more round of applause for our keynote speaker, Ms. Q. You are a true role model for us as students. Thank you so much for your inspirational words and for joining us today for our NTHS graduation.
Hello, my name is Holly Thistle, DACC School Counselor. In the first ceremony, we are pleased to have 60 students to induct as new members into the 30th Annual Delaware Area Career Center National Technical Honor Society. We also have 3 students who are returning members. We would like to commend these students and their parents for their dedication to education and being among our 128 total members this school year. Inductees, when your names are called, please walk to the front of the stage to be recognized. Please remain standing while all names are read at your seat. Akua Akmipong, Gazal Al-Habashna, Jude Al-Habashna, Christian Ofterhide, Spencer Augustine, Tagreed Awad, Luke Balick, Zachariah Bowie, Jace Boyce. Gavin Bull. Carson Cole. Connor Davis. Ava Eads. Samantha Fisher. Zachary Funk. Madison Hall. Elione Hernandez. Micah Herrera. Andrew Inamardar. Tony Ivanov. Seth Jacobs. Adviti Jetaprolu. Bryce Kretemeyer. Haley Leonard. Kara Lindley. Zoe Maddox. Ryan Mulford. Cameron McElroy. Ryan Mangus. Oh, Evan, I'm sorry, Evan Mangus, thank you. Sophia Miller. Kylie Mills. Nadrat Muhammad. Ashley Mullet. Ariana Murray. Success Odaji. Sarah Ogden. Sydney Pashenik. Connor Pellington. Gabrielle Persaud. Hannah Plank. Michaela Pounds. Andrana Randolph. Joshua Robinson. Allison Rothman. Ashley Sallows. Sydney Scott. Jane Spellman. Samantha Stacy. Jordan Sullivan. Caitlin Trout. Afton Turner. Vienna Van Drome. Christy Vo. Lauren Wallace. Elizabeth Ward. Aubrey Weber. Key Whitmore. Brady White. Lainey Wright. Noah Young.
Inductees, please join us in reading the National Technical Honor Society pledge. Find the pledge under your seat on the back of the bulletin. Aubrey Weber, will you please join us to lead this pledge? So stay standing if you could and find that pledge.
As a member of the National Technical Honor Society, I pledge to maintain the highest standard of personal conduct. I will apply myself to continue a record of scholastic achievement, and I will strive for excellence in all aspects of my education. I will invest my talents, my skills, and my knowledge in a career of my own choosing, and shall always endeavor to uphold my obligations as a citizen of my community and my country.
I now declare you duly inducted as members of the National Technical Honor Society. Please join us in welcoming them with a round of applause. Students, you may take your seats. Students, please join us for a light reception with desserts from our keynote speaker's bakery called Bake Me Happy. I know we're all excited to try those desserts. Thank you for bringing those, Lisa. Take some time to talk and take photos with your peers. All photos that DACC takes will be provided in the coming days. Thank you for joining us today to everyone in the room and everyone virtually. We are glad we were able to bring this important ceremony to the students. On behalf of the entire staff of the Delaware Area Career Center, I wish to congratulate all these talented young people who are taking their talents and leadership out to shape the world. Take the values of the National Technical Honor Society and those of your community and make the world a better place than it came to you. Best wishes to you all, and congratulations. Okay, the screen has ended.